It's another uncensored look at the world around you from sisters who will say just about anything to anyone at any time. It's the Uggs. Jamie?
Damn, I wish someone would eat my vagina. It's been a few decades.
Paula?
Once you've done Night Ranger, you really don't need to do them again.
Uncensored as always, it's time for the ugly truth.
Welcome to the Ugly Truth. We are at episode 289. Ugh. I don't think we did Ugh on the last one. Did we?
Did we?
Oh my God. That happens so rarely. How funny. Well, we did it this time.
Maybe we were just so excited to get to the show that we forgot.
Wow. So weird. Anyway, welcome to the Ugly Truth, the Sisters Who podcast. All right, let's just get... Listen, it's going to become a part of our vernacular. Just
I know. I'm just laughing in the way you say it with such sarcasm. The Sisters Who podcast.
I'm still poking a stick at it. It's still new. Trying to figure it out. I don't know how people change their things. It's like you get so used to a certain way, it feels weird to add things. But anyway. Okay, so this episode is kind of kid-based. There's a lot of kid stuff in our lives, so we thought we would use this as a time to catch each other up on what's the what. Malia is my baby, and she is 17. And there's a couple things. One, the child is finally getting her permit.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I know that she could have gotten it a little earlier, but I don't like my children driving out there until they're 18. Mm-hmm. It's a weird thing that I have, but I know how aggressive and angry people are. And so I can't in good faith let them go out there and get run off the road, or someone, try to hit them or yell or scream or ride their ass for 3 miles and scare them to death. It's like all that stuff happens all the time. And it just is something that I feel like they need to be basically close to adulthood before I will feel better about it. Mm-hmm. All of my kids got their license at 18. All of them. And they're not worse for the wear, all is well. So in a couple weeks, she'll be going in to get her permit, and then I will teach her how to drive. And if she's a terrible student, then I will sign up and pay for the driving lessons. But because she's going to be almost 18, she doesn't, by law, is not required to get the driving lessons. Oh. So when you're 17 and a half in California, you don't need to get them. You can just wait till you're 18 to get your actual license. So I taught all of my children to drive, and they're all very good. So I'm not worried about it. But this week, actually on Friday of this week, we got the notification that Malia needs to have her senior portraits taken.
Oh.
And they do it super early because there are so many kids that they're like, we got to get it done so we can get them developed and submitted to the yearbook people. And so I said, Malia, oh my God, senior portraits? It's the first reality that this child is almost done with high school. It is insane. I hate it. Can you believe it?
I know. I can't believe it.
I'm at a lot. And I told Jared, I'm like, senior portraits. He's like, what? I said, I know. It's just coming so fast. And then that's the thing with kids is that once they hit high school, it's the fastest 4 years of your life. 1 second, they're a freshman and they're afraid and they have braces and they feel awkward. And then the next second, they're getting senior portraits done and they've blossomed into these gorgeous humans that are young and vibrant and beautiful with the whole world ahead of them. Just like that. I can't believe it.
Wow.
I know. And they're going to do the graduation cap and gown. Then they're going to do the velvet drape. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to do one with her cheer uniform on for varsity. I was talking to someone, I think it was at my hairdresser's, my friend, the girl Alex, who does a lot of the work. She's like, is she going to do the velvet or is she going to do the fur? And I'm like, well, I did the fur. I don't know about you, Paula, but I did the fur. I think you did the velvet, right? The black drape?
Yeah, I don't think they gave me an option, honestly.
I did the fur, and I remember they were way worse back when I was in high school. They've improved significantly since then. So I don't know if she gets the fur option, but I hope she does it because I think those are cool looking. Very retro. I'm like, can I do it? Can I have the fur on?
So did you guys pick out like a necklace, or are you going to go shopping for something, or?
She actually has a couple of really nice pieces of jewelry that she'll probably choose to wear. It'll look really pretty, like little silver with a little heart or something. So yeah, she'll probably do that. And then ironically, we had already had it scheduled, but she has to go get her hair touched up that very day. So she's going in the morning to get her hair touched up. So the hairdresser is going to go all out, picture ready or photo ready hair, and then we'll go straight and have her photos done. I said, so when we go to the hairdresser, makeup's got to be on point because we're not going to have time. We're literally going to leave from the hairdresser and go straight to the photographer. I just can't believe I'm doing it. But, I felt like this when all of them were like, when they all had to go through it, it was weird to me.
Well, it's just weird because you're doing like all the cap and gown and, senior portrait stuff. And she's not even a senior yet because technically school hasn't started. So it's kind of like they're shoving it all in your face, and it's like, whoa. She hasn't even like had first period yet. So
yeah, I know, but it's all gonna go so fast.
Yeah, it will.
Fast. I have to tell you, when Ryan hits 8th grade, it's gonna be a blink of an eye, and he's gonna be a senior. Going, do you think I should go to college, Mom? It's like that fast.
Well, I already think about him going into 7th grade, and for some reason, I already think that he's going to be in 8th grade, like because it's just
he's so tall, and
those 2 years go so fast, and so it doesn't really matter whether he's in 7th grade or 8th grade.
True.
It's just it's just middle school,
where teachers go to die. Yes,
I know. I really applaud middle school teachers, actually, especially nice ones, because that they're actually trying.
They actually have a heart and want to do right by these kids. Agreed.
And more than just education, like they still want to give a fuck for these kids and catch them,
lost ones.
Yeah, they want to catch them before they go off into high school, where they just get lost sometimes.
Well, if you think about it, the beginning of the end for some of these kids who have maybe really crappy home lives or something, they will remember those teachers who actually cared. It doesn't even matter what grade specifically, but 7th and 8th grade, and I think you can concur, we've all been through it, that's when a lot of parents decide to not care anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's because their kids are so terrible, because puberty is hell, and everyone feels like shit. Everyone thinks they're ugly, except for the one or two people. But I mean, for the most part, everyone feels like this raw, weird, awful, half-baked person. And the teachers have seen it all. Right. And so if they get one who's getting ready to turn in a bad way, if they care enough, sometimes it literally will make all the difference. I think teachers are so underrated. I know everybody talks about how great teachers are, and anyone, even the lowest of the low lives, will have a teacher they remember. Mm-hmm. At some point, though, they do get worn out. And they do retire.
They do. I mean, not all of the teachers can be advisors to, before and after school clubs and,
oh my God,
all of that stuff, or in athletics. And, it's just,
I admire them.
I definitely admire those kids. And like with the kids, because they're old enough now, it's not like they're going to daycare. It's not, they're either riding their bikes home or walking, and their parents are probably at work, and, they're just letting themselves in. Maybe, they've got between 3 and 5:30 to do whatever the hell they want. So
yeah, I just remember there were so many kids whose parents didn't care where they were. And I remember that even as a kid going, God, really? No one cares that you're home alone for 2 days or whatever. Like, oh no, my parents went to Tahoe for the weekend. And I'm like, wow. Yeah. But you're only 13. They're like, yeah, but they think I'm old enough. And I'm like, man.
Well, we've got the neighbor across the street if anything goes wrong.
Yeah, so-and-so's older brother is there.
I know,
it's right? Like, what? And those are the kids that ultimately end up doing stupid shit and don't make it.
That's sad.
I know, but you'll see them, and sometimes it's your kids' friends. That's the other thing.
I know. That's what Victor worries the most about is, Ryan's got this little cluster of friends that he hangs out with, and, he's just got his finger pointed on one of them, and he's just like, I really worry about that one.
Well, you just have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it, but, it's just, it would be sad to have to tell your your kid that you're just like, you know what, you can't really hang out with him anymore. So
those tend to weed out, because if Ryan moves towards athletics and academics, trying to keep things going in that direction, if one of those kids isn't, they split. And like, even I told Malia when she was a freshman, I said, the friends that you are with now will not be the friends you have your senior year. And sure enough, she has a completely different group of friends than she did her freshman year.
Wow.
It changes. Well, because everybody's interests change. You know, a lot of family stuff changes. Like one girl that she was really good friends with, her father died. You know, you forget about life actually still continues, you know? Yeah. And so when her dad died, she just immersed herself in high school. She's in every club. She's in student government. She does water polo now. And Malia never sees her. Mm-hmm. But she's doing great, you know? And then there's the other ones that end up becoming recluses, and they hang out with the stoners, or they hang out in the art class all day because they don't want to socialize with everyone. And It all kind of just splits. I mean, she still has her one best friend that she's had since like third grade. But other than that, her group has completely changed because everybody's interests changed. So that'll happen to Ryan too. And those questionable characters, if they truly are going to turn, they weed themselves out fairly quickly because they can't keep up. They can't hang.
They'll feel uncomfortable because they know that they're not like that. So
right. So yeah, that'll happen. Okay, so in Paula's world, Olivia's birthday is here.
I know.
She's going to be 9.
She's going to be 9 years old, which is funny because I look back to when like Ryan was 9 years old, and to me, he was like growing up. And Olivia, I look at her and she's 9 years old, and I feel like she's regressing in age because she's still so small and
she's a peanut. Mm-hmm.
She is still so baby-like. But I guess that's part of her being the baby of the family.
Absolutely.
You know, because I just think about it. I'm like, wow, 9 already. And
I know.
But she just gets away with so much, and she just has such childlike behavior. And
well, you know. I feel really bad because when you guys came over to visit, she got really sassy with you twice.
I know.
I'm sorry. I mean, I felt bad because I know it's uncomfortable for somebody to, you know, lecture your child, and I really felt bad about it. It came out of nowhere, but she gave you like the side eye and gave you this underhanded comment. And I'm like, all right, you know what? That is enough. Like, that is quite enough. Don't talk to her like that in front of me. It makes me mad. And it's like, but I don't like anybody talking shit to my sister. Any of them. So, and I'm like, you need to, you know, you want to be sassy and salty. You keep that shit at home. I didn't say that. You know, I didn't say that.
No, I know what you meant.
I get the mouthiness. So understand, she is well on her way to puberty. She is not
she
regressing.
Definitely is. No, she definitely is. And so
I felt bad about it, but I'm like, oh God, I can't have you being mouthy to your mom in front of me. I really struggle.
Which obviously I'm oblivious to because I didn't even notice what she had done. So
well, what was funny is when she said it, Malia and Ryan looked at her like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why would you say that, you know?
Yeah.
And you kept asking her, it's like, what did you say? And she's like, But
it could just be the way we talk to each other too. Because I mean, I'm sure I'm equally as snarky to her as she is to me. So
I honestly don't hear that from you, but it was a new thing. And I also recall very vividly giving Ryan that same chat at that age.
Oh.
Actually, I remember vividly saying, Ryan, do not talk to your mom like that in front of me, okay? I can't deal with it. It's just, I get it because, like, remember there was a time period you guys were going through, are you serious? Seriously?
Oh.
Remember when you guys went through that phase?
Probably, yeah.
And I think it was something along those lines. And I'm like, and even Malia's like, sassy Olivia. She's like, wow. But it's because she's such a peanut. And she doesn't, it's not that she doesn't look 9. She does look 9, but she's like you and our sister Stephanie, super tiny, super petite. And she will probably always be a little wisp of a human, really, until who knows when. But I mean, you guys are so little that it's not surprising that she is as well. But
she is.
So and 9.
So turning 9 for her, in my eyes, doesn't mean much because she's so little. For her, you know, it's a big deal because it's her birthday. And so unfortunately, we are trying to do her birthday on a bit of a shoestring. And so, whereas before, we used to do these huge elaborate parties, which were completely unnecessary because all she wanted to wear the presents.
Of course.
What she wanted to do was invite her cousin down, Victor's sister's daughter.
Yes, because they're the same age, basically.
Yeah, they're 6 weeks apart. So she's going to come down on Saturday. And they're going to play and all that stuff. We're going to do cake and presents on Saturday, even though her birthday's technically on Sunday.
Yeah, but Sunday's a hard day.
And then what we're going to do on Sunday is go to John's Incredible Pizza Place.
Oh, wow. That doesn't sound very low-key. That sounds like a weekend celebration.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. I'm just saying compared to, like having a party at John's Incredible Pizza or something like that. Or
I hated doing that stuff. Do you remember Discovery Zone?
God, that place smelled like baby and drool and skin.
I had one birthday party there for Tyler when he turned 6 because he had a lot of friends. Mm-hmm. And so we did it there and they all came because it was Discovery Zone. And so everybody showed up. And it was I'm sure he would say it's one of the best parties he's ever had.
Oh,
literally.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's like John's Incredible Pizza, but it was all just climbing and running around and, games and all that stuff. So I get it, but I do recall it being quite expensive at the time because you have to buy all their food.
Yeah.
And cake. You can't bring anything in.
Right.
We did it one time and nobody else got it. Nobody else got it but him.
So, yeah, we're going to she wants an ice cream cake from Baskin Robbins. So
nice.
We picked all that out, and that's going to be ready on Saturday. She had a birthday list picked out from Amazon, and so we had the list all prepared, sent it out to a couple people who were interested. She specifically wanted a bathrobe. She wanted makeup. And
okay.
What else did she want? She wanted like some paints and things like that.
Just a variety, huh?
Yeah. So I ordered her a bunch of Avon and then
how cute.
I got her the bathrobe.
I was going to ask. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to shop for her today. So that's why I asked you the other day. Is it going to be there? Like, cause I didn't know. Sometimes you do those lists on Amazon and is it like a registry where if someone buys it, it goes away, or will it just be there as something she wants? But you told me that they actually go away when they're purchased.
Yeah, it goes away when they're purchased. So
that's good. So
I think she wanted the robe because every time I get out of the shower, I have a robe.
Yeah.
And so she wants a robe because she thinks it's the funniest thing when I wrap my hair up in a towel. And so she tries to do it, and then she comes waltzing out, swinging her hips, and she's like, "Look at me!"
Oh,
so
God!
She thinks
That's
it's
cute.
funny when her hair is wrapped up in a towel. So
It is.
now a robe will allow her to do it permanently.
Of course.
So
That's too cute.
she is funny.
Too cute.
So that's what
that
we'll
makes-
be doing with the birthday party.
That's exciting. Well, I will be sending my gift along soon.
Good.
Okay, so we never talked about this because I don't know why, but the state fair is coming.
Yeah, like out of nowhere.
They keep changing the date because I think school starts so early. The state fair used to go for like 6 weeks or 5 weeks in August, like the last week of July all the way through, and then the last day was Labor Day. Wait, is it Labor Day? What's the
Yeah,
day?
Labor Day.
September 1st or 2nd.
Right.
And then everybody started school the next day.
Yeah, but
That's how
because
they used to do it.
school starts August 1st now. No, I'm just kidding.
Pretty close, though.
But literally, I think the kids start school on like the 13th or the 11th or something around there.
It's like the second week of August now. And so they were losing so much money. They're like, we have to like fix it. So now they're starting like, I think a week or two after 4th of July. So it starts on the 13th this year and goes through the end of, wait, is it the 3rd? Yeah, it's not even that long. I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to see July 13th through the 29th.
Wow.
That's it. And, I'm always curious about the concert series because that's it always gives you an idea of where they are as far
Financially.
Yes. So we have Kool and the Gang.
All right.
Which is pretty much always a staple, I believe. But then they also have the Spinners.
Spinners?
They're an old school group.
Okay.
Los Lonely Boys will be there.
Oh, God.
And then there are a couple of cover bands. There's the Paperback Writer Beatles Experience.
Okay.
There is the Queen Nation, which is the Queen cover band.
Okay.
There is a Happy Together tour. I don't know what that is.
Happy Together tour?
Mm-hmm. So happy together. So it's like probably like the
70s or something, or 60s.
Yeah. Yacht rock cover band. Night Ranger.
Hey, now you're talking. Actually,
Sugar Ray.
Once you've done Night Ranger, you really don't need to do them again.
You don't need to do it twice. Trace Adkins will be there.
Hey, that's a good one.
He's all right. I've seen him at the Dixon County Fair. He wasn't that. I mean, he was okay. He basically wears a super tight t-shirt and then takes off his cowboy hat, so his long flowing locks, and he has like all these fans set up in front so that his hair is constantly blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hear he has a hard time putting down the sauce too.
That's what I've heard. He's been in rehab because he got into a big fight with his wife on a cruise.
Well, actually, he got in a fight with a Trace Adkins impersonator.
Oh my God. What? That's hilarious.
Talk about an all-time low.
God, yeah. So he went to rehab a few years ago, I believe.
Yeah.
But, there will be some special events there. There will be the freestyle motocross, which they do. It's like a little show.
Yeah.
There's horse racing, which I wouldn't mind going to. I don't mind the horse racing thing. There was something. There's going to be a pie eating contest. Oh, my God.
Oh.
A pie eating contest. That's new.
They just had in the news the man who ate the most hot dogs, so...
That was disgusting. I don't know how people do that. Oh, there's going to be a corn dog eating contest sponsored by Milo's Corn Dogs.
It's just some man with a bunch of sticks coming out of his mouth.
Wiener Schnitzel Wiener Nationals. What's that mean?
Wiener.
And then there's going to be a cornhole championship. So you definitely don't want to do that.
I'm out. I can't keep my corn in the hole.
And ZZ Top with a very special guest, George Thorogood, will be there. God, that's something our stepdad would want to go do.
Probably.
The Young Mariachi competition will be there. See, there's a lot of fun things going on at the state fair. There's going to be a tractor pull, of course. Well, I would expect nothing less from California.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen a tractor pull much.
This is California. Why is everything so fucking hokey? It's like, where's the San Francisco and the LA stuff? Like, where's the,
Maybe they're preparing for when the states split.
Maybe.
This is what our life will be like.
There's splash dog competitions. It's like, okay, I get it, but, there's other stuff, right?
Could be.
I don't know. Animal Education Center. Oh, you know what? If they're going to have those damn cows in labor again, I will protest. I hate those things. It's so mean.
I hope they have the fattest pig in the county. That's always fun.
God. So do you think you'll go?
We'll see if that's something that we decide we want to do as a family. I mean, the kids always have fun riding those rickety rides and...
Yeah, we used to go every year because the first day of the fair, kids are free.
Oh, okay.
Usually, I don't know if it's that way now, but there's always one kids' day where the kids get in for free. The problem is that they don't open the rides until like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh,
and so you have to wander around the exhibits. And how many goats can you see before you've seen them all?
That's really you go to the petting zoo, but it's nothing but goats.
It's goats and a bunny and occasional baby deer if you're lucky,
or a little donkey if you're
I mean, first of all, I love the petting zoo, but you're right. It's all goats. And then they always end up eating something that they're not supposed to. Like they grab your pocket or
when I was little,
sleeve.
I had like white, yellowish blonde hair. They always tried to eat my bangs.
God.
I think they thought it was straw or hay.
Probably. They're like, hey, this looks edible.
They tried to bite it. I'm like, ah!
Yeah. You know what? I absolutely, first of all, I'm the only one who loves to go to the livestock area. No one else does. everybody's like, ugh. And I'm like, well, what else do you want to do? You want to go to the bug section? By all means, go. But I'm walking in and I'm going to look. But there's always so many goats and not enough lambs or sheep for me. And then the horses are all in a completely separate area.
Yeah, they are.
And then occasionally they have some cool looking cows, like some cattle that I really like. But overall, that's it. And so, you know, you really, and then the thing is because it's FFA and so everybody's there from all over the state. And they're sleeping with their animals. So you can't and they don't want you petting them, you know, because they're prized.
Right.
And so you're like, all right, fine. And then you go to the fur and feathers exhibit where they have all their rabbits and chickens that are fancy.
I know. Those chickens are angry.
And they're mean.
Yeah, they
they're in
are.
little cages. I mean, I don't blame them. Do you remember that one year in the fur and feathers area, they had a bird spider on display?
A bird spider?
It was the size of a frying pan, and it was thick. It wasn't like a spindly spider. It was like a tarantula on steroids. And they had it encased in plexiglass so that it couldn't jump out and snatch people because they're very aggressive.
Oh my God, no.
And I'm like, why do we have this here? What is the point? Why is this here? This is a terrible idea. I don't know.
Meanwhile, in the exhibits, you see, you know, a bunch of quilts and...
God.
You know, someone's diorama and a Lego house, and
I know, and then they won first place. Though, I mean, those things are kind of cool to me.
Well, it just depends on what it is. But I'm just like, you know, I'm like, what? He got first place for building Legos? I'm like, I could do that.
Yeah, but he was also probably 7.
Yeah, or they'll say, well, Paula, he was a double amputee. And I'm just like, oh, sorry,
God, well,
I didn't know. God.
They never tell you that till after. Like one time I was in the car. Oh, my God. Hello?
Yes, I was just like, sorry, I didn't know.
I didn't know. No one told me. One time I was in the car with Malia and her friends. And I said, ladies, whatever you do not marry a construction worker. Because they work really long hours. And they're always dirty. And they'll always get dirt in your house. And then there was this long pause. And Malia's friend goes, my dad's a construction worker. I felt like such an asshole. I'm like...
I said marry, but for a father, that is an excellent job.
I had to, backpedal so fast. I said, let me rephrase that. I was trying to find a way to rephrase it.
There is none.
Oh, God. Why do I talk? I can't even say normal things. And, you know, God, I felt so bad about that. I'm like, your dad's a wonderful provider, honey. I'm like, that's not what I meant. Even though that's what I meant.
Well, are you guys going to go to the fair?
I don't know. If we get a wild hair, we might. I mean...
Will it just be you and Daryl?
Yes. And, you know, it's come to the point now because they always have, like, double security at night because people lose their fucking minds because they don't know how to behave in public. And so there's always some kind of fight or some kind of riot. And so you have to go during the day. You can't go at night.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, last year there was a huge ass riot. Some girl was being harassed by this other group of girls, and the mom showed up and called the police, and it became a thing. And it was like, they're just jealous of my girl. And it's like, oh my God, are you serious? This is awful. And they had to shut everything down, and it was a nightmare. I don't want to be a part of that.
I don't know why they have to theme every day. Like, you know, Nurses and Doctors Appreciation Day.
Well, I think they get it for free.
Oh, well, I know they have Military Appreciation Day, but it's always on like a Tuesday or something.
Of course it is, because apparently they don't work. I mean, come on. I just remember when I was a kid in high school, our parents would let us go to the fair, and we'd spend the whole day. We'd go to Paradise Beach, which was a teen dance club on the property. And then you could go to the carnival area, the Midway and go there. It was really fun, and it was safe, and you'd meet boys from all over the state, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
We did it every year. It was really great. Well, now, I mean, I can't even fathom dropping Malia or having her go with her friends to the fair at night. I'd be terrified for her.
No.
I'd be like, no, don't go.
Maybe like a little county fair, but not the state fair.
Maybe the Placer County Fair or something.
Something
but the
like
state
that.
fair is just, I don't understand why it has to be this way. It's the state fair, the California State Fair. It should be really it should encompass everything that California is, you know?
Oh, it
Not
does
just-
in that one expo room.
Right, the one little one where there's a Star Wars exhibit. I remember that one year there was a Star Wars, or there was a Batman exhibit.
No, the one that has every county represented. It's like a float.
Oh, yeah, they build them in the... I remember that.
And those things, they're just like, welcome to Placer County.
Look at our apples. Yes.
Welcome to El Dorado Hills, the gold country.
Yeah, that's right. They do. And then they award them awards for
I
that.
think so, for the best one, the best float or diorama or whatever they call those. Or
We're so supportive of our state.
I know.
And all it encompasses.
Usually we try and find Sacramento and we're like, well, that looks like a piece of shit.
It usually does. Or when you go to that one area where everybody's trying to sell their wares and it's like Denio's Farmers Market.
Right.
And you're like, oh, as seen on TV in every booth.
It's nothing but sunglasses and visors.
Yes. Or the new mop that's coming to QVC.
Oh my God.
soon.
Do you remember that year where everybody was walking around with an orange mop?
Yeah, I do.
Everybody
So were we.
was.
We bought one.
We did?
Mom is a sucker for a sale.
my
Are you kidding me? She
God.
loves inventions. She's like, oh, look at this, you guys.
That's right.
How many mops and brooms did we buy there? The only thing that I was always disappointed is we never got her to buy a spa, because that's the place to buy a spa is the state fair.
That's true.
And never got her to do that. But she didn't want the rats, because there's always rats that come with spas.
Gross.
They do. They nest under the spa because it's warm under there and no one can get to them.
Ew.
Yeah, it's horrible. Daryl wants a spa really bad, and I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I just, because they bring rodents, and I'm sure there's a way to avoid it, but it sounds expensive. I don't want to do it.
Well, and you know, bodega would just destroy the whole thing.
Paula, I can't.
You'd wake up and your backyard would be flooded.
It's way more trouble than it's worth. Way more trouble. It'd be nice, but no, I can't do it. Anyway, I don't know. We'll probably go to the state fair if we have nothing going on, but we gotta, we have a busy month, so we'll see. But if you go, I want to hear about it.
Yeah, for sure.
sure.
I mean, gosh, I didn't even realize it was here, so.
Yeah, they have all those weird fried foods that you can buy.
I can't eat anything, but.
The one year we went, everything smells so good, and then you get in line and you're just like, this does not taste as well as I thought it would.
What, like fried butter?
Yeah, or the one year it was fried bacon, or chocolate covered fried bacon or something, and Daryl bought some for like $5, and I'm like, well, that was a waste. It's like 2 strips.
Yeah.
And I said, is it good? He's like, no. I'm like, what are we doing with ourselves? What is this?
I didn't expect it to taste good. I just wanted to try it.
Just wanted to say that I got it. I'm like, all right. I think there'll be a lot of bugs this year. I think that the whole trend of eating bugs is coming.
That's gross.
I know, but I think it's going to happen. I think everybody's like, no, you can have crickets. You can have this or that. I really believe it. And mark my words, they'll be selling it. And you'll be like, do we get it or not? I wouldn't personally, but, maybe you're going to have to kind of know how to eat them if we run out of food.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that weevil burger or something like that.
IKEA has a worm burger.
I'm not doing
know.
it. Not doing it.
I'll just eat bark. I'll have pine tree tea.
I'll eat my own skin before I have to do
By the
something.
way, speaking of, because I hadn't been feeling well, so I was laying around watching TV. Have you ever seen that show, Below Zero or something? It's about these people that live in Alaska on their own, in the most remote parts of Alaska.
No, I haven't.
It's really interesting, but they all seem to have the same thing in common. First of all, it's all men.
Okay.
Who live alone, and they basically live off the land. They live in these super remote parts of Alaska. They're like 19 miles south of the Arctic Circle. They're really far out there. And they all take pride in the fact that they can build their own yurts and that they grow their own food and they live off the land and all this stuff. But they're all single men of all ages, by the way.
Well, that's no shocker.
Right? And so I'm watching this and I'm thinking, and it was funny because when they're narrating what they're doing, they're talking a lot and they repeat themselves a lot. And Daryl goes, I have a theory. And I said, what's the theory? And he said, the theory is they don't talk to anybody very often. And so they probably talk to themselves a lot. And this is how they talk. And now there's actually someone there to talk to. And I said, I'm not saying that maybe for a short period of time, this wouldn't be a cool idea to like to kind of decompress and get away from a crazy ass society. But these guys have been out here for like 15 years. And I mean, do they have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything? I mean, they seem awfully solo. And I just don't think it's healthy for humans to not have any interaction. We're not meant to be solo people, or humans aren't meant to be. They're social creatures.
Right.
We need people. You need to be touched, right?
I would think so.
It just seemed really odd to me. And after watching like 7 episodes, I was like, there was one woman who handles this airstrip where people drop off supplies for these people that live out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, these people are odd. Because they don't talk to people enough. Like, they don't get enough affection or something.
Right.
Interesting lives, for sure, and they can survive. But they're a little off.
Well, I mean, look at Castaway, for God's sakes. He made a bloody volleyball his best friend.
And cried when it floated away.
Everybody cried when it floated away.
I know. It's true. We all cried when Wilson died.
God, that was traumatic.
It was traumatic. All right, I want to read I have a Ugly and Awkward Moment that was submitted, so I want to get into it. Our Ugly and Awkward Moment of the week brought to you by lipandclip.com. I'm only reading one because this one is lengthy and it's a bit epic, and I think it might spurn some discussions. And since we were kind of talking about our kids mostly, this kind of ties right into it. So this is from Jan. I really like her because she has lots and lots of awkward moments that happen around her. And so this is one that she was able to witness. So here we go. I have an ugly and awkward moment that just keeps giving. It isn't mine, but totally worth the share. One of my friends has twin 3-year-olds, James and Louise. She's always used the proper anatomy words with them, so several weeks ago, James announced to his 3-year-old preschool class that girls have vaginas. His class apparently laughed, and my friend Margaret had a very uncomfortable talk with the teacher. What made it worse is that James loved that he got a laugh, so he began to randomly say vagina. Of course, to get a laugh. Fast forward to a family get-together a few weeks later. Margaret's very uppity in-laws were in town, and many family members were over for a cookout. James was refusing to eat, and after her father-in-law offered several things, he said, "Well, James, what do you want to eat?" And everyone got quiet, and James announced, "I want to eat vagina!"
Oh, my God.
And laughed. You know, in-law relationships aren't awkward enough. This is exactly what you want your 3-year-old to do. So this weekend, my cousins are in town visiting my 77-year-old aunt, who I need to disclose is cool as hell, but I could write a book about her awkward moments. So if you're ever low on submissions, I'm glad to share. Submit them. I want to read about this lady.
Yeah, really.
Please. I want to know what a 77-year-old aunt has to share with the world. Okay. My husband, son, and I go to my aunt, who's 77, and my uncle, who's 89. We go to their house for the afternoon to catch up with the cousins. We're all drinking wine and being loud Italian selves. I tell the story about James and the vagina announcements, and out of nowhere, my aunt, who's wasted on mimosa, says, "Damn, I wish someone would eat my vagina. It's been a few decades."
Oh, my God.
I have no words for the awkward moment that ensued at the dining room table. My uncle thankfully can't hear, so he had no idea what she said, but our poor husbands will never be the same after hearing my aunt declare her geriatric desires.
Seriously.
If it isn't, I swear to God, if we didn't have children and the elderly, life would be so boring.
It would be.
I mean, seriously.
You'd have a bunch of pretentious, conservative people.
Yes, kids and the elderly know how to loosen up a crowd, that's for sure. I thought that was so funny.
That is funny.
I mean, like, James, look what you've done! All of this from you and your vagina.
Yeah, I don't really use those words yet.
What?
Well, I mean, like with Ryan, he already knows what they are, so I don't have to use them. I mean...
Well, I'm sure it's not like you are going, how's your penis today, Ryan? Is everything all right with your penis?
I didn't.
I mean, no.
So I just randomly, I don't even know if I should share this, but.
Do it!
I just randomly, we were driving in the car, him and Ryan and I. And so I'm like, are you growing hair down there or what? So he's just like, I already told you. I'm like, well, what'd you tell me? I don't remember. And he's just like, yeah. And I'm like, you are? And he's just like, yeah, he's all for like a while now. And I'm just like, oh.
He's got a patch?
And he's like, I told Dad that like a couple years ago. And so I'm just like, oh, well, I didn't know. Okay.
Oh my God, Paula, is he going to be hairy like his dad?
I'm positive he's going to be hairy.
Oh no. Wow. But he has blonde hair, so maybe, oh God, they don't have that weird blonde thicket.
Well, he's not really blonde. He's kind of mousy.
Oh, is he mousy brown or mousy blonde now? Dirty, what do they call that? Dishpan blonde or something?
Yeah, dishwater blonde.
Dishwater blonde.
Whoever wants that color. I mean, who goes into a salon and says, I'm really thinking about getting a dishwater blonde?
No one. They come in and going, get rid of this dishwasher blonde.
I want to look like Barbie.
Yeah. Oh, God. No. I finally got my hair done. It had been such a long time since I had had anything done to my hair. I walked in and I said, I feel like a sad Sally. I need you to do something. And so we went pretty blonde. You've seen the photo.
Yeah.
And but it was a really cool look when you see it up close. And I was like, I feel human again. It's so great how a hairdresser can make you feel like a different person.
No, it's true. I haven't had my hair done so long. I think people think I'm doing an ombre.
Why don't you know what? You should, hopefully you'll get it done soon. Hopefully.
Well, do
you even know what you want to do?
With my hair?
Yeah.
The same way I usually do.
Just blondish?
Yeah. Blonde streaks.
Yeah, so. I like it. I like you blonde. I think it looks good.
Gives me color.
Yeah, well, you're meant to be blonde, is the way I look at it. So,
yeah,
anyway.
I couldn't imagine me any other color.
No. Well, you did red that one time.
That was kind of fun.
Red. Yeah, you looked really Mexican.
Well, not that that's a bad was thing. Horrible.
No. It's just, it literally, I'm like, oh, you're Mexican. Wow. Because you've never, ever had your hair that dark before.
Yeah.
And so you don't realize your features when your hair is a different color. You go, wow, yes, she's definitely Mexican. Really funny.
That is funny.
It is. Well, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of done talking.
I believe so. So thank you, everybody, for joining us this Wednesday. Hopefully you're enjoying your week. Continue to shop our Amazon link and our Avon link, lipandclip.com. That's how we support our show. And so if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter. If you want to submit an H-Uglee and Awkward Moment, submit it to our Facebook, and Jamie will definitely review those and read them on the air as we have them. So continue to listen to the show, and we will see you next week. Bye!
Thanks for listening and sharing the show. See you next time on The Ugly Truth.